Right now, Pittsburgh's best sports show is about to begin. Call us or tweet us. We've got things to talk about on the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call, powered by FanDuel Sportsbook.
Thank you very much, Kim Gable, and good evening, everyone. On an unprecedented day in sports, Bob Pompeani, Andrew Fillipponi, we're here talking with you, and we want your opinions at 412-575-2600. That's the Bordas and Bordas hotline. You can also tweet at KDPomp, at the Pony Express. Late word is that another sport, we saw two of them actually, the XFL, which we hadn't heard from all day long, finally came out tonight and said that they would cancel their season, postpone it, whatever the case may be, and the PGA Tour, which play today down at Sawgrass.
With
it's
fans.
The first round of the Players Tournament, the Players Championship. They played that, and then all of a sudden, at the end of the day, they have canceled the rest of that. They also have canceled everything through the Valero Texas Open. That still does not impact the Masters. And I think everyone at this point, Andrew, is just hoping that this action, in order to try to stop the spread and make the curve go down a little bit, will show some response here in the next 2 or 3 weeks, and we'll go from there. But at this point, it's very much unknown.
Yeah, we've got to put our temporary enjoyment of sports on hold. And there are so many things this time of year that I know, I felt like I couldn't do without, because not only is our job tied into that, Bob, what we do for a living, but also, this is why I got into sports in the first place, to want to have the opportunity to talk about things like the NCAA tournament, like the playoffs, like the Masters. But that's got to go by the wayside right now. And I would just tell people, look, these things are going to come back. It might not be tomorrow, it might not be next week, it might not even be 2 or 3 months from now. But eventually we'll return to normalcy in sports. But that can't be priority number one. What needs to be the number one thing is limiting the spread of this virus. And we thought, Bob, that just eliminating fans from facilities, from arenas, was the way to do it. But we're gathering more and more information about it. And that's why there's no part of me that disagrees with what these leagues are doing tonight.
I agree, too. But I would say this, based on what you just said. If Rudy Gobert did not test positive last night, I am convinced that all of these games would have gone on today without fans, but they would have gone until someone did test positive.
Correct.
And I think we all knew that at some point someone would test positive just because it's going to happen.
Yeah, the NBA didn't do anything proactive, okay? They reacted to a player testing positive. The NBA was not on the cutting edge of this. The other sports leagues, however, are, because to the best of our knowledge, Gary Bettman said it tonight, no NHL player has tested positive or has been quarantined yet, but obviously that can change. Bob, I don't know about you. Right now, the NHL and the NBA have postponed their seasons. I am personally not convinced that we see a conclusion of the 2020 NBA and NHL season. I'm just not.
Well, if we do,
it
will take on a different form. I think what we'll see is probably if they do return, hypothetically, and get back, what you'll see is maybe a shortened end of the regular season, and then series, instead of best of 7 all the way through, maybe best of 3, maybe best of 5, in order to crunch it all in if they do. But I think I agree with you on this. The other thing, the NFL, even though they're still doing business, hasn't really taken a hit with this, and likely won't. Because, and listen, there's going to be news and information every day regarding what's gone on with this virus, regarding what's going on with leagues. But I also think the NFL is entering a part of its season right now that is going to be filled with news.
Well, there's no, the NFL goes 365, and fortunately for them right now, games are not going to happen tomorrow.
Right.
And so this is the time of year for them where things get done on paper. And so Monday, the tag day, the start of the legal tampering period, and then free agency on Wednesday, Bob, officially starts. And the draft next month, I don't see why those events can't go off as planned. The only monkey wrench I see in that right now is if the economy takes such a big dip that some of the things that are being negotiated in terms of the NFL beyond this year get called into question. Like the NFL right now, their salary cap, the CBA, it's all tied into television deals But are these TV networks like CBS, are they going to be ready to sit down at the table and iron out these deals with everything that's going on with the coronavirus?
You can imagine how much money the NCAA tournament is costing CBS and its partners. It's a ton of money. And that's part of it. But the most important thing is people stay healthy, remain healthy, avoid anything that could lead to death. And that's just something we're going to have to do and be vigilant as you move along. All right, we're going to take your calls. It's 412-575-2600. Let us know what you think about this, an unprecedented day in sports. We'll take those calls and opinions when we come back. You are watching the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call. We're on 7 nights a week, Pittsburgh CW. We'll be back with those calls next. The Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call is brought to you by Ireland Contracting, celebrating 25 years as Pittsburgh's #1 home exterior expert in roofing, siding, windows, and gutters, where honesty and integrity still matter.